Welcome to the first ever episode of Crouching Tungsten and Hidden Churro as we try to dive a little into the games, give it a little more je ne sais quoi. We're going to be going through and picking out separate maps, separate games, and specific rounds of specific games that we wanted to go through. And the first game we want to do is the actual opener of TCNA Rivals 3, which is the Big Black versus Winged Pigeons. Here on the map of Haven is actually map 1. And what we're going to see is just defensive prowess from both sides. I mean, here you can see the comps. And I mean, Ken, what do you think here of the comps? I mean, we talked about how Winged Pigeons are running the Gen G comp. But unfortunately, is that outside of Gen G, for Tier 1 teams that are running this comp that are not Gen G, they're actually winning at a less than 37% win rate.
I don't think people know how to play it well at this level. I think it might even be outdated with the new initiator changes. Fade would just be better.
Oh, so you say that this should be a fade instead?
Like to see it.
And then, I mean, the other side, I mean, you have Pup on his classic Yoru, and Pup only played Yoru last season and was the highest rated player in all of Rivals. But then now you see the addition of Goose, and Goose is actually playing Jet. In a normal double dive on Haven, you usually see the Yoru and a Neon, but I think the Jet's coming out just as more of a comfort thing for Goose. But I think in the grand scheme, especially for Rivals, it doesn't matter.
How that comp is going to be on the defense, it's just going to be very contacty. They hold deep sidelines, get out, try to play off that early info.
All right, so the first round we want to go into, round 4. You're going to look at how Winged Pigeons don't really take a lot of space here. They kind of just remain in their spawn for the first 10-15 seconds. Nothing much is taken. I mean, like, look. So I have no idea if Winged Pigeons actually put this wall up, but you saw Guilty Crown shoot that dart, but that dart's kind of useless if the Viper wall ever goes up, because if the Viper wall goes up, he's literally getting like this little right triangle, like that colored in space that is all he's scanning. But you see Guilty is allowing Pup to walk up and take this space, which is really good from a defensive standpoint, because if Pup ever runs into anyone, he could just TP away, but he also has his TP set anyways for those quick rotates.
I mean, let's talk about what's on screen right here.
Yeah, so now you see Sova droning. Sova can see, and eyeball sees Goose here posted up with the op. You would think that this would be enough to dissuade Goose, but it does not. They can't even ping him. Goose gets a pick. Incredible pick. And then you're going to see they decide, okay, we're going to adjust away from the op. We're going to go A now. Pup's TP runs out, throws a little safer TP, but allows him to keep holding this space. The dart was shot over here. Doesn't clear this whole corner. What about you, Ken? What do you have to say to this?
Right here. Right here. Revealing area.
The options are quite bad now. It's already a 5v3. They have no XX space.
I think that was the biggest issue on their entire attack half, is you'll see that Winged Pigeons play this incredibly slow, but they also just don't take enough space, and I think that's the biggest issue. Next round we're going to look at is going to be round 6. So you'll see here, this is after a timeout. Apologize for the stuttering. The stream was stuttering, and unfortunately this is probably as best as it will be until the later half of the game. It does resolve itself a little bit. We already got 4. There were already 4 people here. Ginsburg's already rotating off, and 3 of Winged Pigeons already saying sayonara, rotating all the way over. But they have no info because this KJ is refusing to take any fucking space. They're just stuck here. You have your turret watching this. What are we holding? We're holding the box, all right? Right now, you're not KJ. You're a UPS worker. Sorry. So, boom. Pup TPs. And then Gins is about to do his ult now.
As you can see, Pup TP'd A and Gins had to use an ult to reclear all of A long.
He's able to see this pretty much with his Omen ult.
Right now they have 2 people on A, which isn't even threatened at all, and I think they should have played for more real A lobby info. That whole time Guilty was only holding short, but they could have been up short, up long the whole time, and it gets...
They could also
TBB
send like a late dart. Guilty having heavy contact over here. Guilty should be advancing up and taking more space
or
in
even
A.
using drone. Yeah.
So that way it makes it
At
easy for
least-
people like Gens and Pup, you know, who have those quick rotation abilities. I mean, they win the round in the end, but you know, it just makes it a little easier.
It's a 2v4 here on side, and it's magnificent what Goose does here. Pigeons, they just don't get any trades or any...
I think there's also
Yeah.
just bad positioning. All right, next round we want to talk about is round 8 here. You want to talk about Pup's positioning around the 43-second marker. I believe Pup walked all the way up C and sees the bomb.
So the most important question is, why is there not a Killjoy bot there?
That is a good question. And the KJ never put down an alarm bot either, if we're looking through all these.
Also, my issue is there's a Killjoy turret on C watching C long, and there's also Jet watching C long with an op, and there's Euro walking down. I feel like one of the two is enough.
You're saying is overkill on TBB's part. I think what they're doing is they know that they haven't aggressed A lot, so they want to stack that area, which they haven't. This Winged Pigeons playing the Viper, they've rarely done A, so this Viper wall kind of useless. Probably could give it more value playing something different than the Viper. Maybe this turret could be over here on B and it allows Omen to come over and play A.
Yeah, option A, Pup walks down there, and you don't need Jet or the turret, and what you want the Jet for is they peek. But then you still have Jet on side to fight, or for C. Turret is now useful because Jet can rotate off, but Pup is deep in spawn, so... Can you go to how that round plays out from Pigeon's side?
Okay, so KJ's got bomb. They're actually using the wall to aggress A lobby a little bit, but they don't actually take any space. So KJ drops bomb, kind of goes over, checks C out a little bit, sees if anyone's pushed up, but Pup's already got a timing. They're droning up A, is drawing Goose over, is drawing Ginsburg over, and Neon's kind of sprinted. And now Pup is just all the way out because this good pick from the Neon. Good pick from Leo. But now they're kind of it's a fake, and they're trying to come back, but they took all of this A space and they're going to give it up, and they've taken just barely any B space. They still haven't crossed a threshold, or no, they didn't even cross that threshold. But they haven't crossed any of these other like main thresholds. Where if you're trying to do a rotation, you got to be able, or like a fake, you have to have someone pushing in a different area.
I like the decision to pause though, because they got a pick on A, they got deep A long control, and theoretically, if they had that C lobby control, they would have all the cards in their hand. I think it's fine that they give up A, because TBB, they can't really re-clear the stuff.
I mean, and then Pup's just able to find the picks, and they just all pretty much... Oh, that's tough. So here we're at round 10. Guilty has changed the start. Really good job. Oh boy. Good flash from Pup. Good pick. Played well there. I think that was a little bold of Pup, but I can respect it because Pup is one of the better aimers in the entire event. It's a bad turret. This thing's only holding garage. This KJ needs to put it at the edge here so it watches this area as well as garage.
You can still get the timing on it.
If you go quickly, yeah, you can. Gens is just through, and Gens is just lurk master. Catches one, catches two. Oh, man. All right, so Pup sets off the alarm bot. Still takes his space, bro. Catches that Kyujin. Oh, man. So, in Wizard Sheep's defense, they're silver. I mean, I think that's the only way to put it. That's just you know, unfortunate. They just got rank diffed hard. So you would think that in this situation, like this favors Leo a lot.
Yeah. Basically 100%. I mean, they couldn't even start their retake. Look at all the bodies. They're all outside garage.
Yeah, I mean, Pup is just... Pup just took so much space for free. In their defense, also, again, it was an eco. He bullied them on an eco. Now we can go to the downfall of Pup, round 19.
Wait, 12-6?
You say Pup plays this well. So Pup, this is good ult from Pup. He's able to see KJ's running away. He's able to see those two are running away.
And he doesn't over-aggress with it.
And Pup's already back, and look, he's gonna go help try to get some mid lurk space too for a late garage push. Oh, that's unfortunate.
So now look at
from
this.
Goose.
It's like 2 players at max onside for in a 5v5 retake.
Here's
Okay,
my thing, is I think if we know that KJ has ult, I would have put KJ on site so that way you could ult to try and delay a little more. I see
Yeah.
Sova. Sova has ult, so Sova is playing off site.
This is one of my most valued principles. Proactive post plans. You don't want to give your enemies a free post plant. That's automatically losing the round.
Next round we want to look at round 21. You put up, this was funny.
Oh,
Right here. And I mean, it worked. And then
Yeah,
the
but
last
they
thing
also
I
haven't
want
used
to
this
talk about
wall.
is the first round of OT. They missed the drone again. And Pop just gets 2.
Yeah. You know, TBB have played this defensive half rather tame. There weren't too many aggressive plays, just fast rotates, deep holds. But
You're saying that
like
they weren't
pushing out of
aggressive.
mid.
You're saying that they weren't aggressive despite having double duelist. I think a lot of that was also because they had
No,
Goose just
yeah.
planted with the op, and it worked for
Yeah,
them.
I'm
It worked for them in
saying-
the first 12 rounds. They were up 8-4.
Yeah, I'm saying they were playing it quite safe. And there's nothing wrong with it, though. I like playing it safe, but then they're really pushing the boundaries. With
And then
this
here,
play.
finally, to end the game, they call for a humongous C hit.
I wonder where the Viper is. So gets 1, gets 2, 5v3 retake. What can you do?
This game.
I mean, look at the late look from Turbo there. One v 5.
And it's over. And just like that, TBB go on to win their first matchup and game in Throw City Rivals 3. If there's any content you guys would like us to review, be sure to let us know. We will try and have one of these out for every week, but very sparingly based on Ken's and my schedule.